Anthony Hartwig here with a Beaver local basketball player profile. We're joined by junior Owen Hill from the Beavers. Owen, thanks for coming on and talking to us today.
Thanks for having me. It, just great to get out of class a little bit at the end of the period. Got some work done, so
Yes,
able to skip those 10 minutes to the last period of class. So
happy to help you get out of class a little bit early, right? As long as you're not missing anything important.
nope, got all the assignments done.
um, when you think about going into this junior year, though, you're an upperclassman now. You're asked a little bit more leadership, a little bit more responsibility on your shoulders. What has it been like to kind of take that next step in your career as an upperclassman now?
I'm grateful enough to play the. I played my first freshman and sophomore year as a varsity player. Started both years, um, so I'm not used to. I'm used to being a leader, so it kind of came natural to me. I've been a leader for the past 3 years, so it's just been great.
What do you think were some of the added responsibilities that came with this year and some of the things that maybe you were asked a little bit more of, maybe a little bit more maturity, a little bit more growth this year? What do you think are the biggest changes now that you're a junior?
Last year, I think we had 4 or 5 seniors. This year, we only have two. But I like to think of myself as a senior because I've been on that varsity court the same amount as those seniors have. So I'm trying to just lead where they are and all come to three or come as a group and just help the underclassmen a lot.
I don't have to tell anyone in Beaver Local this, but for people that are outside of the community, I mean, you are putting up numbers this year. You can't write a Beaver Local story without adding Owen Hill and what he's been doing. What's been working so well for your success this year, you think?
Um, my teammates. I got to give everything to my teammates. My teammates and coaches. They're trying to give me the ball. They can see that we got a 6'7" kid. We don't play that much size around here, but they're giving me the ball and let me. They have full trust in me, which I love. And I have full trust in them to get it done. If I'm having an off day or if I'm getting trapped or double teamed, it's just great to have that trust with them.
When you think about the things that kind of you've grown in this year on the floor, the basketball skills that you think you've really improved on from last year to this year, what do you think is better about your game this year?
Definitely my mental game. Um, that was huge coming into the game or into the season. Last year, if I didn't get a foul call or missing shots, I'd get down on myself a little bit, and that's what being an underclassman you get that at the beginning of your career. But this year's definitely shown that I've taken that to another level, and it's definitely shown my game has too from that.
All right, so you've already gassed up your teammates. I want to give you a chance to do it again because this team is 14-6, and you're only one loss in the conference. You're really having a great season so far this year. As a team, as a culture, as a locker room, what are some of the key factors to the success of this program right now?
Um, the difference, I mean, last year I don't think we were as connected as a group, as a team as we were. This year we're a bond. We are tight. Every single person on our team is friends. Our starting five, we go out to dinner together. Our whole team does after every single game. We could win or lose, and we still go out to dinner. We go up to Boardman sometimes, just as like friends. But we have that connection that some other teams don't have.
I know a lot of chemistry gets built in the summers and in the preseason when you guys are spending a lot more time with each other and having those kind of team bonding exercises. What are some of your favorite things to do off the court with these guys?
Like I said, we go shopping, we go eating, we go play basketball together. I mean, we go to the YMCA and get shots up together, and we like to push ourselves in the time that we don't have practice. But it's just great with them.
All right, so let's just say you got off a big win. Where's the team going for dinner? What are these celebration meals?
We get El Paso. It's a place in Calcutta, a Mexican place, and it's amazing. I mean, they know our faces every time we go in there after a good win, and you can see how excited we are.
I am so glad you're waiting till after the game to eat Mexican food
Oh,
because
yeah.
I've seen players eating like a quesadilla before a game, and I go, how in the world are you doing that? But after the game, much more suitable. You
Yeah.
don't have to worry about your stomach during the game. When you think about yourself and the leaders before you that have kind of taught you how to lead, whether it be in your life or teammates that you've had in the past, who are some of those guys or girls in your life that have kind of shown you how to be a leader?
Definitely my sister and my cousins. They're all collegiate athletes. My cousin plays Division I football at YSU, and both my other cousin and my sister play Division II volleyball. And they just showed me that hard work's going to get you there, and I believe that from them, and I've seen it from them. And always good attitude is going to go there, because not a college coach doesn't want to go, or a player with a bad attitude. So
I'm assuming as a junior, that's one of your goals too, to kind of get yourself out there and to try to get yourself on a college team. Junior year is so important for that. How has that journey been going? How have you kind of handled some of the stresses that can come with the recruiting process and trying to get your name out there, get yourself on coach's radar while also trying to be the best teammate and the best player you can be for Beaver Local?
yeah, it's great. I mean, I semi-filmed to many colleges and coaches around my area, because I'd like to stay home. But I've had some college coaches come to some games, DM me and ask about how's school going, how's the team doing, and it's just great getting that insight from those coaches.
I know you also play AAU basketball for a great program. What's the AAU do for you in the offseason and being able to expose yourself to that level of talent on your team, and also the talent that you guys have to play in AAU season? What does that do for you as a basketball player?
Yeah, it was amazing. I got into that OBC program last year. They saw me and they asked me if I wanted to go to Cincinnati with them, and I've never looked back since. They took my game from a certain level and made it a really good. I've never seen basketball played that way, and playing it all summer has changed my basketball skill, definitely. And yeah, I just want to give all shout out to everybody in the OBC organization.
You know, guys and girls that play AAU also get the chance to kind of be coached by different personalities that are outside of their high school coach, and they get to kind of learn how other people might look at the game. What does that do for you to be coached by different people and to be able to take in the game from different perspectives?
Yeah, it's great. I mean, you get insight from many coaches, which all those coaches giving you props and showing you what you have to do better. I love getting told what to do. That's going to help me. And that's what that AAU team did for me. And then Coach Miller, I mean, we're at practice and he'll tell me to do stuff that I might not feel great with, but I got to do it. And it's led to a great season for me.
If you had to kind of pick like the perfect coaching style, the one that you think brings the best out for you, because I know everyone likes to be coached a little bit differently. Everyone has that coaching style that's the sweet spot for them. What kind of coach do you think gets the best out of you?
A coach that's going to criticize me. I mean, you gotta learn somehow. And if I'm not doing it their way, I mean, then I really shouldn't be on that team, to be honest. And I like how coaches can make you their own. And I feel like that brings the most out of the players.
Now, AAU doesn't only give you the opportunity to be coached by different people, but also gives you the opportunity to play with different people. It gives you the opportunity to kind of build relationships with basketball players around the area. So I'm going to ask who are some of the guys that you're really close to that don't wear the Beaver Local uniform that you've grown close to because of AAU?
J.R. Jackson from Alliance, stud point guard, 1,000-point scorer. Also Zach Cavell. I mean, they're just great point guards and players on our team. It's just amazing to play with those caliber players. And or JR, he's able to see what other people can't see on the court. And I've never been able to play with a guy at that caliber before.
What do you take from that experience into your high school season when you try to lean on what you learn in AAU?
I'm trying to show some of my point guards what they do. It's going to better them, and like the reads that they'd have on like a defense or a um, like passing on a screen. It's all helping them, and it's all going to lead back to me as well.
The other thing I like to talk about when we have Beaver Local athletes on is the community, because Beaver Local goes nuts for their athletes. You know that. Everyone that plays sports for Beaver Local knows that. What's it like to have the community behind you and to have such a passionate fan base follow you guys at Beaver Local?
Yeah, it's great. This past year, we started to become a great basketball team. I mean, the gym is packed whenever we have basketball games. I mean, we beat East Liverpool here. The gym was, I think there was standing room only. I mean, it was incredible. Last year, we didn't really have that many people come to the games because we had a losing record, which isn't great. I just don't think our chemistry was that good last year. But this year, it's spot on, and we're looking to fill out these seats for this upcoming playoff game.
Yeah, I want to take you back to that East Liverpool game because you played them early on the season. They got the better of you down there in East Liverpool. You had to wait a while to get a second chance at them. What was it like gearing up for that game and then getting the win at home and being able to split the season series with obviously one of the biggest rivalries on your schedule?
Yeah, I mean, it was great. That's the game that we circle to play every year. We get them twice. About to get them a third time Tuesday. Um, but it was just amazing. There was so much difference from that first game to the second game. It's definitely really hard to play down there at the field house, and it's hard to play here too with them. But we came out and we didn't turn the ball over. We just took care of the ball very well, made smart decisions. I just don't think we did that in the first game, which led to that outcome.
Between your third matchup with them, you also have Union Local, who's has the same record as you guys, same amount of wins, 14 wins for both teams. We're gonna have this uploaded before that game, so I guess give us a little bit of preview of what it's gonna take to get a win in that game before you even think about East Liverpool.
Yeah, they're a really good team. They have very good guards. Um, they got a point guard who's averaging 20 a game, so we have to stop him. They don't really have a big underneath, so we're going to try to feed it into me, and then they start double teaming me. If I'm off to a hot start, then I kick it out to my guards and let them go.
All right, I want to get to know you a little bit off the court before we let you go, and some questions about you as a student first. What are some of your favorite subjects and some of the favorite things to study at Beaver Local?
Um, my favorite subjects are probably math and history. Those have just always stuck with me since my middle school time here. And the teachers here are phenomenal. Probably the best teachers around, and I've always grew a connection with them. And since I've been here, so yeah.
You gave us a perfect segue into teachers because I want to give you a chance to give some shout outs to some teachers that you think have been real impactful for you in your journey. Who are some teachers that stand out?
Definitely Mrs. Motry. She's my government teacher right now. She's an amazing teacher. Whenever you come in class, she wants to get stuff done, and then does it in a fun way, which all the kids like. So, and also Mrs. Miller. She's just grew in connection with all the kids at the school. Um, she's almost like a parent to some of the kids. That it's just amazing to have her here. And then also Mrs. Berger too. I had her last year for biology, and just an amazing teacher. Hard class, but sometimes it's got to be hard to get the scores you want on the state test. So
Yeah, the hard classes make you better, right? So, um, high school is a time when you start to drive, you start to think about cars, and you get your first car all the time. If you could have any car in the world, whether cost wasn't a factor, what do you have a dream car out there that you'd like to have?
probably a Ram TRX, a truck probably. I'm really into trucks. My cousin has a brand new truck. My dad just got a brand new truck. So yeah, probably a truck.
I'm sure one day we'll see that in your driveway.
Yeah.
Um, when you think about some of the hobbies that you have outside of basketball, what are some things that you like to do outside of the sport?
I love golfing. I'm on the golf team here. Had a pretty good year last year on the golf team. We went to districts. Um, so I mean, I whenever I'm in the summer, if I'm not playing basketball or if I'm not with my friends, I'm golfing definitely. It's just great connection with some other friends that are into basketball and are into golf. So it's just great.
Earlier in this interview, you talked about how your mental game was so much stronger this year. How much has golf helped you with that? A game where you really have to be mentally strong because it's just you out there on the course, no one helping you. It's all about you. How much has golf helped your mental game?
Yeah, a ton. That's the main reason I started playing is to lead towards basketball. It's just it takes one shot at a time. You can shank a ball out of bounds and then come back and hit into the hole. Like it's just you can one day you can shoot 45 and the next day you can shoot 39 on the front line. Like it's so different from basketball, but in a good way. It's just gonna help my mental game and lead towards better basketball play.
All right, Owen, we end these player profiles the same way every time. We want to give the player the chance to take the limelight off themselves a little bit and shine on the people in their life that support them, that have their back, that kind of get them to where they're going. So, who are some people in your life that you want to give shout outs to and thank yous and you know that you wouldn't be where you are without?
Definitely my mom, my dad, because they've just kept me on the right track. I wouldn't be here without them, to be honest. They tell me to get my schoolwork done every single day, my homework, have good attitude, hustle every game. Also, my grandparents. I used to go to the YMCA with my grandpap every single day to shoot basketball. Used to call him the shot doctor, so that's his nickname. And then my aunt and uncle and my cousins. They're just always there for me, supporting me during tough games, good games. Yeah, so.
Owen, we want to thank you so much for coming on and talking to us about your junior season. We wish you the best of luck the rest of the way. We'll be out there covering your games, and we can't wait to talk to you real soon.
Yep, thank you.